My name is James Wu. Today I will share with you about UCV50. It's based from Hteck. It's a small video phone, IP video phone, and of course the lot of the features based on Android 40. And here is data sheet. Data sheet they got more characters about the key benefits, features, and OS, CPU, even the screen, and of course they got some phone features, video features, audio features, and physical key support, and even the package on network security and so on. So also got the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connection. Since this model support wireless connection already, so I connect the Wi-Fi phone without any cables. So here we got UI. We can see that we're logging already. And today I will share about the more profile here. And if you access the profile, then you can see a lot of the parameter here. Actually, we can see that under the profile, you got up to 6 profile here. You can set different profile with a different environment. Under the profile here, got the primary SIP server and the secondary or failover SIP server. Is actually in case if one of the SIP server registration fail, and the phone can register to primary or failover SIP server. And it's a very dynamic and very safe for the call registrations. Of course, here can set if you prefer the primary server or secondary server. It depends on your server you want to choose. And you got the DHCP server, yes or no. You got outbound proxy, inbound backup proxy. In case, for example, you want to make outbound call or some calls, you can set the IP and port. And here I've got the SIP transport. If you use the UDP or TCP or TLS encryption protocol, you also can choose kind of the profile here. Net transfer, and some profile you can support no transfer or on transfer and so on. So also got DNS model, you support the A record, SR record, PTR, SRV support. And call message format support, you can configure at user equal to phone or tail format. Of course, also can support registration or not registration. And sometimes you want to reboot your maybe phone, maybe on the reboot on registration, you can set the yes or no. And also got the expiration and something like timer. Here got the default is 15 minutes and okay, up to 45 days. Is very long already. And also got the outgoing call without registration here. Sometimes it's very useful if you want to make outgoing call, just maybe call to other point or other remote site or other peer without registration, or just use IP can make a call. If you want to use IP port, you can support yes or no. And also got the RFC 2543 hold if you want support. And people may be confused the profile and the account. Actually, it's different, totally different things. There is the connection or combination for the account and the profile. Later, I will show you this. Here also got the codecs. Different profile can support different codecs. You can select the codecs based the kind of the choice here. You've got most popular codecs. You can maybe use OPS or use other PMU, PCMU, PCMA, and so on. So even the G729A or B. And you have to also make sure that sometimes your orders is quite useful. For sometimes you have to negotiate with PBX or other side. You can fix the order, or you can check the order, or choose different orders. Also very possible, very important for the phones. Here got P time is by default. I think it's 20. You get up to 60, and for G7 series and maybe ILPC models. Here got the two kind of the codecs is the VPA and H.264. You can disable or enable that. Of course, you want to package in the different models, and here we got 3 models here, and you can select that. And image size, you can choose different image size with different purpose or different display. And here we also got the advanced. Advanced is in there like the profile. You can combine or associate with different profile. And DTM models, you can set different DTM payload models or type, depends on maybe your negotiation. For example, 109 to you, 101. But make sure if you set that, and you may make sure you have to know what's the purpose and what's the requirement for remote side. Please check your server side and set it accordingly. Of course, here got the DTM type. We got the 4 types of the DTM. You can choose one of them. You can combine to get that. And the SIP detection model, you can set default model or you can set option model. Of course, detection also got some interval or some cycles you can set. Longer or shorter cycles, depend on your choice. If you need the RTP, yes, you can support the RTP for RFC 619A. Make sure it's compatible with this protocol. If you want support, yes, no. Of course, you got SRTP models. You can disable or enable that. Yeah, got the account ringtone. You can set different ring 1, ring 2, or different style. They got the ring timeout, subscription for MWI. There's a message waiting indication, sometimes live link, and you have to set that. And of course, you can support the subscription for voicemail. You can send it to voicemail and check the caller ID if you want. And then some call maybe incoming with a permission, you can set or maybe reject the call. And most burners call rejection, yes or no, it depends your choice. Here got the alt answer. Alt answer sometimes is very useful in case maybe PBX set some features and log the call, alt answer the call, and after that do something transformation or some recording or some rejection or some other routings is quite useful. You can set that. Also can turn off speaker on remote. If you want to turn off speaker on remote, you can just set that. And the subscription, yeah, the same related to the for this one. And of course, you also got the different time period and sensing. If you want to enable or disable session, user session timer, you can set that. And of course, the session also got the different time. You can set different time and different interval numbers here. And the session refresher is quite useful for refresh your session. It depends what one from maybe UAS or PBS side or server side. Otherwise, depend your maybe your UEC, your client side or local side. And by default, it is set by UEC. Sometimes customer side or maybe server side also enforced to refresh their session, so you can set the UAS. Here about the conference type. By default, you can use the conference default a local conference site or maybe network hop site. If you use network conference type, you can set the URL here. Server type, you can support kind of the servers. I think in the market, got the BroadSoft, Hteck, Snow, Metaspace, Unify, Nespinus, and so on. So if you want the support earlier session, you can support, but sometimes you have to disable that. And the review return code is customized review return code for certain environment. You can use, for example, not answer return code. You can set maybe billiton or not found on the other category or error code. For the DND, you also can set different tones or different error code return back to the PBS side. And if you love the SIPs and the MAC address, you can disable that. And sometimes you enable that. Color display source. They are kind of the format for color display source from only PI from, PID from, and so on. So it's also quite useful. Of course, also can support UA CSTA. You can disable or enable it. So after the setup, you can save and report the PBS. Also, maybe report the desktop, and let it make an effect. So this is a profile. Actually, the profile is very basic or very abstract for the account users. Later, if you set the profile, you can link or combine with the PBS site, account site. Of course, if you got any issues, you always can check from Hteck website, or you may set a ticket to Hteck. If you, of course, got some query or you want to buy some product, also can do that. Please always contact, send email, and make calls. So this session I will add. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.